Kell, great to see you. You look in fantastic shape. I hear you are out there with a tan, looking ripped. You sacrificed the whole of Christmas and New Year in Fuerteventura, yeah?
I've sacrificed all Christmas and New Year, and I mean, it shows you how much this fight means to me because I've got enough money, but it means more to me this fight. I've been away from my children, from my missus, and them sacrifices of being away from my family. I wanted to make sure that I put everything into this, Gareth. Everything. This is a fight. Like, I know that people go on about Fury AJ, but this fight it's been a long time coming, and now we're here. We've got it.
You've said this kind of in the build up to this since it was signed. It's not about the money. It's purely about the glory and the bragging rights and getting something unfinished in your career and in your life in many ways, in your psyche.
Yeah. I'll feel complete, Gareth. I think, I've done everything else, but this fight, it'd haunt me for the rest of my life if it wouldn't have happened. Because I was trying everything to make it happen, and finally it did happen. It's happening. And I'll feel complete, even still, I've got a lot to give in the game, but I'll just feel complete because it's a grudge match that, I need him on my record. I need this fight. It's been 20 years plus it's been talked about, and now we've got it, and the buzz in the air, and it's finally happening. It's finally here.
Have you been mystified down the years at times where it's like one of those like projects that it might not have left you for a week at a time. That might be the longest time you haven't thought about it. But did it mystify you down the years as well, especially after you won the world title against Sean Porter?
It has. This fight, it's like I've got to put it up there as because he's also done well in his career. He's done very well. He's become world champion. He's fought in America against the big names, and just another Brit who's also very close to myself. I'm a Sheffield man. He's from Bolton, so It's a northern fight. As mad as it sounds, we're both from England. We're both not even an hour's drive from each other, and I think that we finally get the fight that everyone wants to see. They've been wanting to see this fight for years. I've wanted this fight for a long time. Like I said, it'll define me, this fight. It'll define me. It'll show that, I've done absolutely everything. I've been involved in every aspect of the boxing game. Fighting fights where people are shocked to death, and then moving up 2 weights against Golovkin. Crawford's, Porter's going over to the overseas and winning the world title. The British title outright, the Brendan Ingle days, the amateur days. It's like, this is the icing on the cake. This fight for me, it's right up there with what I've just said. It's a real ironic. This fight is mega, and I can actually feel it. I can feel it. That we're only a month away. I'm in training camp in Fuerteventura. Getting some real good work done. Real good work, and I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna see my family, my kids, see them. But obviously, not get too involved with that because I've still got this mega job to do.
It's funny, isn't it, that you heard a lot of noise on social media and out there when the fight was finally signed that, oh, it's too late and this and the other in the debate. That's not showing in the ticket sales, is it? You cannot get a ticket for it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm still getting collared now, left, right, and centre messages. Can you get us any? I wish I could help them all out, but I really wish, if anything, that we would have had a bigger arena. But it is what it is. It's sold out in record time, and it shows you that this fight has not lost what, saying that it would have been a lot better a good few years before, but better late than never. It's happening, and the fans know it's happening because it's sold out in record times.
Does it worry you when you hear reports? Obviously, he's over there training in America, that you suddenly hear he's saying, I've got injuries in camp. Do you have tremors thinking, do you have concerns even
I
now, a month away, that he might pull out of the fight?
I have massive concern. You know, I'll only feel at ease, and I won't feel at ease. But when I'm looking at him and I've got his gloves on opposite me, that's when I'll know that it's on. You know, otherwise we've got a month to go. You know, and when I'm hearing little niggles and little negative things he's putting out there into the universe, you know, it's not something I want to hear. I want to hear that he's looking brilliant. I want him to no excuses. He's flying. You know, and just so I get the best of Amir Khan and the fans get the best fight they can get.
Are you utterly convinced that he has actually avoided you for this long?
I'm convinced, Gareth. I'm convinced that I'm not saying that he's scared or anything. I just
Yeah.
think that for him, you know, he's obviously is a big attraction. You know, is a big attraction of how he does his things. But he obviously thought, you know, I don't need him. You know, he's a dangerous fighter. I don't need that fight. I don't need it. You know, and from my side, I just want to please the fans. You know, because they've put me where I am sat here today. You know, I live very comfortably. You know, I'm made. But you know, I just want to give them the fights. What they're the paying people. What come and want, you know, really excited, and we know that the boxing fans absolutely really get behind the fighters. They love the fighters. They love fights, and they love real fights like this.
I've asked you this before, and as we get closer, I know what it means to you. I know that there's a genuine animosity you feel towards him, sporting, as a human being or otherwise, and that's everything that you're focusing into your camp at the moment. You're focusing on into that point. Who knows? One day, you guys, 20 years on, I've seen it from so many people my age, 25 years on, people can laugh about it. But right now, it's real.
Right now, it's real.
Yeah. Oh, no, I know it is. But is there a degree of you around Dominic, who knows you've known you since you were a kid, since you were at primary school? We know the story. You walked in there from a council estate, 9 years of age. You've been not with him the entire time, but he's known you from tiny boy to man, hasn't he? Through trials and tribulations, through success and glory, through loss and love and victory and all those things. Will he be trying to keep some of those emotions in check that you say it's so difficult to keep in check around this fight?
He will. You know, I can see him even now. You know, and I can see him even now. You know, he's got that bit between his teeth. It means everything to him. You know, it means everything to the Ingle family. John Ingle. You know, the Ingle family. You know, it's you know that down in Sheffield, it's a family. It's a family down there. It's a family in the Winkerbank on Newman Road. You know, there you go. And I believe that you know we aren't really getting involved and talking to him about it. I just know him because you've got to know Dominic Ingle, and you know I know that he wants this bad. He wants his victory like Nova. You know, because this is what we're going to be remembered for. This fight, not what I've done before. This fight is what we're going to be remembered for, and what a fight it's going to be. This one.
Khan starts very quickly in general. You work your way into a fight. You love to control the mid-range. Your power is consistent through a fight. You break fighters down. What do you make of the theory, which I also hold, that the longer this fight goes, the better for you, and certainly beyond 3 and 4 rounds?
Yeah, I think you're probably right. You know, I always get into a fight, you know, warming and get onto the fight, but I'm expecting him to be really fast. You know, I know that his hands are really fast. I'm expecting him. I might even have to take seconds for a few rounds. You know, I might have to take seconds for maybe 3 rounds, 4 rounds. But it's a 12-round fight, and you know, it's 36 minutes in there with me, who wants it with a passion, who's coming to do everything he can to take him out of there and to get that and to win. You know, you're gonna see that in a fight. When I'm tired, when I'm hurt, or you know, if I do you know, you're gonna see that how much this means to me, you know, because you're gonna be there watching, and you're gonna see, you know, the passion what comes from me, and the will, the grit if needed.
Do you visualize, Kel, that you will stop Amir Khan?
I visualize, I wake up every day and I'm thinking about Amir Khan every day. I think about this fight every day. I playing it out in my mind of how it's gonna go, and I only see one winner, and I do actually see me eventually catching up with him. I do actually see myself catching up with him, you know, and because, you know, we're both same age, but I just believe that he's been to the moon and back. I believe that he's been to the moon and back. He's been in some hard fights, and he doesn't want this fight like me. He doesn't want it like me. I don't think he does wants it like me, because I want it bad.
Do you find him arrogant, saying that he's levels above you, the one hand business, beat you with one hand, all those things? And do you think that arrogance is playing into your hands?
I do. You know, if he really actually believes what he's saying, then you know, it is playing into my hands. Because if he really believes that, he's gonna be in a rude awakening very quickly in the fight. He is. He's gonna realize that, you know, I'm not no average man, as people say. As my dad's friend Jimmy used to say that you know, people have X and Y chromosome genes. He said that I'm a YY gene. I'm a one-off. I'm a guy that, you know, I know that this fight is really exciting for me, Gareth. It's really exciting. You know, this is the fight. I can smell it. I can feel it. I'm buzzing. It's in the air. It's in the air. When I get back to the UK, and then the weeks passing down, and we've only got 2 weeks, 1 week to go. The week of the fight, the press conference, the weigh-in, and then I'm gonna look at him in his eyes and see, you know, it's got it all. It's got everything, and I'm looking forward to just being there, sharing it with, you know, he's going to be there with me, and involved in this, and it's a mega fight. However you look at it, it's a mega fight, and I think that the closer it gets, I think that the people are really going to realize how mega this fight is.
I can't remember you being in a grudge fight. This is your only genuine grudge fight, isn't it?
This is probably me. You know, I boxed Matthew Atton, but there were no bad bloody War of the Roses, and, you know, I boxed Frankie Gavin, who's also a Brit. What's been there, but nothing nowhere near this level.
And it's when you tangibly, when you has the animosity for him grown? Because, as you say, that feeling is he has avoided you all this time. That the fight was nearly there, then it wasn't, then it was there, then it wasn't. Has that animosity grown in you?
Well, it's been stop-start. You know, sometimes I thought, you know, what the hell with this? As horrible as that sounds, because, like I said, I wouldn't have been at peace with myself. But what can you do when I thought that this fight wasn't gonna get made? But obviously, it's grown. It's come right to the surface again. You know, because it's been done. We've had a press conference. It's all out there that we're fighting February 19th, and now I know it's real. I know it's happening. I know it's coming. I know that the days are counting down towards that fight.
Are you convinced as well, Kel, that obviously it's a big money fight for Amir Khan? There isn't a lot of other places he could go at the moment. You've probably got more options, to be honest. But do you believe deep down that you're having this fight for those very reasons? You want to prove something, and perhaps he's seeing it as a money fight?
I do. I think that he's probably, you know, under me, I think that he's probably looking at it more of the money side. For me, it's not that. It's just mine's real. Mine's not about the money, because he obviously lives a different lifestyle to me. You know, I don't live beyond my means. You know, I'll be comfortable for a long time, forever. So, you know, if I wanted to get out of the game today, I'll be fine. But it means this fight is more than money for me. It's personal. It's real, and it's to prove to the world that I am a better fighter than Amir Khan.
It's a weird question to ask, and it's a horrible one, really, to ask a boxer. And I'll get pilloried for asking this, but can you die a happy man with victory over Amir Khan?
I believe I can, Gareth. I believe I can. I think that a lot of weight will be off my
Stronger
shoulders.
question. Is that too strong a question?
No, it's not. It's not. It's not. You know, it's real. At the end of the day, we're in the fight game, and you know what these fights are about. You know what it is. I think that I can die an happy man because I've done everything that I could possibly do. You know, apart from the politics in boxing. I'd like to fight the best fighters one after another, but it's not as straightforward as that. But I've been in with the pound for pounds. I've been in and won a world title abroad. I've done what any fighter dreams about, and to have this on top of my resume is just icing on the cake for me.
And let's say you walk away with victory, you stop him, it's decisive. You don't have a second fight, which is always a possibility in these scenarios. If you two have a humdinger and it's a split decision and people are divided, you two are going to do it again, because that's what always happens, because the second fight is always a bigger fight. I know you want to be decisive. If you get the decisive victory, Eddie Hearn's been pushing Conor Benn against you. Would you take that fight against a young upstart, a young lion in Conor Benn, if you come through this?
I would, because I'm the man that I've always been, and I love a challenge. I love it when maybe Eddie and and people and fans say, this guy's a younger guy, is making big noise now. But I know in my heart, I love that competitiveness. I love to prove people wrong. I love to be in thrilling fights. So, my mojo's back. I've never been as happy. I've not been at my happiest places before this fight. But when I'm putting myself, when I'm living how I'm living, and I know what I'm training for, and I've got a focus, and I know what I'm here to do. I'm so happy, Gareth. I'm so happy, with walking down and just seeing the waves coming on the beach and the sunshine and the tan glowing and everything else, and me sculpturing my body into battle. I'm in a great place, and everything around me is going fantastic. My kids are all happy, and speaking to them daily, and just everything around me is just all fitting into place. And the icing is going to be on the cake when I do all this hard work, and I get in there and get the victory. Then I'll like you've just said, I'll die an happy man knowing that I've ticked every box I've needed to tick in the game.
Final thing, you won't have missed the fact Terence Crawford's lawyer is suing Bob Arum over kind of racist undertones. I've got to ask you, have you ever experienced any racism in the sport, or do you think it's there? Is it something that we need to be careful of? Obviously we need to be careful of it. Is it something that we need to be aware of? Do you feel like there is racism in our sport that generally does feel kind of
I think it's something we need to be careful of. I think it's something we definitely need to be aware of. Have I experienced racist abuse before? Yes, I have. But I don't really like wanting to. It's something that's a little bit near bone, talking about racism and everything else. It is a bit negative, but like you said, it needs to be aware of. It needs to be looked at, and everyone needs a fair crack at the whip in this game. We're all human beings. We all breathe. We've all got 2 legs, and then what work hard. That they're the ones what need to. Get the push. The guys what are really putting themselves through it. And stay away from
the fighters.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's it.
Listen, thank you so much for your time. As I say, you look fantastic. I can see the shape is there.
It's coming, Gareth.
Coming. Exactly. Stay well. Thanks so much for your time. Great to see you, Kell.
Cheers, Gareth. I'll see you soon, pal.
Yeah, lovely. Cheers, buddy. See ya.
See you later.
Cheers. Cheers. Thanks.